Okay, Pesedas, we're up to Siman Lamates. Interesting Siman. Mihem hakasherim lichtev Tefillin veliknes mehem. Who is it? Who are kosher to write Tefillin, and who can you buy from? Says the Mechaber in Sif Aleph. Tefillin shekos von Eved or Isha. If a Tefillin which were written by an Eved or an Isha woman, a cotton or a child, afilu yagil lechinuch, even if he is of chinuch age, a kuti, or someone who only believes in Torah shebichsav, a mumma la'avedis gilulim, or he's a mumma, he's rejected Yiddishkeit, a meisa la'anosim, or he is a meisa, he's an informer. Psulim, all of these people are possible to write tefillin. Why? Mishum dichsiv u'kshatim u'chsavtem, kol she'ena b'kshira ayena mamin bo eina b'chsiva. Anyone who is not included in the kshira, i.e. he's not mechuyev in it, or he doesn't believe in it, then they're not eligible to actually write tefillin. Says the Mishnah Berurah, tefillin. V'uadin sefer Torah mezuzah, you can't have someone who is not mechuyev in these things, or who doesn't believe in it, to write not only tefillin, but even sefer Torah mezuzah. Ay isha, v'uadin tumtum androgynous, even if it's a suffix, i.e. a suffix, tumtum and androgynous, suffix zoch and nekeva, they also are unable to write. Tehim bichlal suffix isha, because they're suffix isha, and therefore on the tzad they're an isha, they're not eligible to write. Ay cotton, sif cotton gimel, says the Mishnah Berurah, for kiven di alfinan mikra, since we learn it from a pasuk, bo'inin shei dafka gadol mamish, it's got to be a gadol mamish. V'hainu shehevi shtei sa'aras acha shehu ben yud gimel shana, i.e. he's a gadol mamish. That means he's not just 13 years old, but he's got shtei sa'aras. If you notice, when you go to a ksiva sefer Torah, the sefer will say to the father, is he a gadol deraisa or not deraisa? I.e. that means, has he got shtei sa'aras? Because if he's just yud gimel shana, but he hasn't got shtei sa'aras, then he's not considered a gadol vadai. But if it's only a suffix, then he is possible to write the Sefer Torah, or whatever it is, tefillin. Unless he's got some sort of facial hair. Or he's past the majority of his years. That means that maybe he just doesn't grow hair. And Rov Shneisov, I think the Gemara says is 36 years. That means the average lifespan is 70 years, so therefore it's 36. Or he's got the simonim of a soris, which means he's not going to grow hair. Okay, v'yesh ligoir b'sofrim, one has to rebuke those sofrim shemanichim lenaorim lichtov tefillin. They allow children to write tefillin. You can imagine they've got like a studio with youngsters who are writing tefillin. They don't check whether or not these kids have got simone gadlus. Ein le'el b'simen lamed beis sif cotton kuf gimel mashe kosav nesham b'shem halavush minyan zeh v'ayim be'halacha. So even if they've reached the age of chinuch, be'emes afilu gadol loy, and they're not properly a gadol, calls man shalei da'inan shevisos, unless you know they've got shtei saras. Ach le'inin gadol im achkach bodkinu matzunu sheyesh lon shtei saras. If later you check and you see actually the person did have shtei saras, then you assume that even b'shas haksiva he had as well. But if the kid is less than 13, there's nothing to discuss. Another person who's ineligible to write a sefer Torah or to write tefillin and mezuzah is a kuti. If he's not Jewish, then for sure that's not going to work. Because he can't write things lishma. If he is a mumma for avodah zarah, then it's considered a mumma l'chol Torah kula. So this we've had before. Or if he is a mumma for breaking Shabbos b'fahesya, avalim hu mumma l'shar averas, he's just got a weakness for cheeseburgers, or for one particular avera. Kaimelon the mumma l'dova echod loy have a mumma l'Torah kula, then he's not considered mumma l'chol Torah kula. Levad im u'is lahachis, unless if he does it lahachis. The bezeh afilu dova echod dinek kuti. Could this be there? Okay, so in other words, what have we said? That who can write a Sefer Torah? Someone who's actually mechuyev in it or who believes in it. But someone who's not mechuyev in it, for example, an Isha, or someone who doesn't believe in it, for example, a Mumma l'Avodah Zarah, then he is ineligible to write a Tefillin Mezuzah Sefer Torah. And it's Mumma f'Avodah Zarah or Machal Shabbos f'Hesya. Those are the two more serious ones. or someone who is muma lahachis on one other things. Okay. V'yesh machmir, so there are some who are machmir even more. The tzorich geniza, that if they do write it, then you need to hide it away. Tzorich geniza. V'chol ze mumul l'shaveres. That's only if he's mumul l'shaveres. Avalim mumul l'tefillin, if the person doesn't believe in tefillin, she'ena meniachin, who doesn't wear them, afilim eno isu ze lahachis, even if he doesn't do it lahachis, he just is lazy or whatever it may be, possible, then he cannot write because he doesn't believe in it. The su ain't bar kshira because he's not a bar kshira. Levadim hoyezel rak l'mum l'te'oven, even if it's just l'te'oven because he likes sleeping or whatever it may be. Kogoin sheholach achasokov is going to work. Adainu bechlal bar kshira. V'chol zeh le'inyan di'evet. That's what b'di'evet. But l'chatchila yesh lahachmir shlo nachad ish kazeh lichter sefer Torah. But l'chatchila you should not let such a person write sefer Torah mezuzahs. Ki yesh machmir afilu b'mum l'te'oven, because there are those who are machmir and say even someone who is mumla te'oven, and tell him you've got to write this lishma, that they don't allow that. Even if it's a mumla chal Shabbos b'fahesya for drabonon, not for a deraisa, could go in muktzah for hitzah lekarmelis or a drabonon dika hitzah carrying the drabonon. Yesh lahach mal kol panim lechatchila shelo lanich lichtav stam, not to write sefer Torah mezuzah. Okay, then going back, we said even if he informs just for his own te'oven, he gets money out of it or whatever it may be. Because all of these people are not b'kshira. They're not mechuyev, they're never commanded to put on tefillin. It's only a chiyuv drabonim, which is not enough. And all of these, women, children, etc., even if someone is a godly, is omed al gaba to say in mislishma, that is not good enough. Okay, good. Sif base. Kol sheposel lekosvan posel b'chol tikkun asiyason. In Sif Aleph we said that anyone who is not mechuyev in tefillin or who doesn't believe in it is possible to write it. Now we're saying in Sif Beis, not only is it possible to write, but it's possible also to be masake in any aspect of tefillin or mezuzahs. Says the Mishnah Berurah in Sif Kotten Tes, Hakol, we said his possible not only in writing but b'chol tikkun asiyason. What does that mean? Misha nokdu yoda hasmalet. Someone who Rahman al-Islam is missing a left arm. Afal pisha eina b'kshira, even though he's not in the kshira because nebuch he can't put on tefillin. Yochel lichtov tefillin. He is able still to write tefillin. To gavra bar chiyuvahu ela papumuhu to he's a bar chiyuv, it's just that he's unable to do it. So he is eligible to write tefillin. Asiyason, he can't be involved in any aspect of fixing tefillin. V'davka she'osa ma'aseh b'guf ha'tefillin. But it's got to be something substantial, something which is in the guf ha'tefillin. Kugoin, chipui habatim, but firoson, covering the batim and stitching. V'choshken asiyas hashin, making the shin ba'er habatim in the leather of the tefillin. Lahagia eza ois. Or to be masakin, to fix up one letter, to atu posel, that right currently is posel, and through his fixing it becomes kosher. That would be a problem for the people listed in Sif Aleph. Tezehu ksiva mamish, aval ibud haklaf, but just processing the klaf. That's not a problem. That would be allowed through a non-Jewish person, and certainly would be okay for a woman to do that. Just with a non-Jewish person, you just get a Jewish person to stand by and to say to make sure you do this lishma. Like we discussed previously. Blackening the batim and the retzuas. We explained there. Dinom be'eza Hashem Yisbarach. Ugriras devek shebein ois la'ois, scraping away some glue which has got caught between two letters. The above mentioned people should not do that. But if they did it, you don't have to be machmir. Just scraping away the glue that may have been caught on the klaf between letters, that's not considered ksiva. V'chol zeh b'tefillin t'boinin k'sidron. That's all regarding tefillin, which need to be written in order. Al v'sefer Torah, im efshel ligro tzadi ha'osis v'mokum shenogu lachzor lekos v'nyaseh. There, if it's possible to scrape away and to rewrite it in the best possible way, then one should try and do that. Degam zeh mikra lechatchila, because that's also considered lechatchila. You shouldn't rely on b'diavad if you're able to fix it in that way. Okay, Peseda, we'll leave it there.